Yogis. I'm going to teach a vinyasa practice. It'll be about an hour long. It's meant for all levels. Some of it may be more challenging than other parts. Please modify any part that you'd like. Blocks are always recommended, whether it's to help you, reach the floor, reach your feet in a forward fold type of situation. Sometimes we sit on blocks to take some of the bend out of the knees, take some of the pressure off the knees. Multiple reasons to use blocks. Again, modify anything you'd like, skip anything you'd like. Again, it'll be about an hour, but do whatever you have time for. So today we will start in Shavasana. We're going to start reclined. So we'll let the whole body rest on the mat, right? Ensuring that hands are rested, feet, glutes, the back is completely rested. We'll close our eyes. And we'll start to notice our breath. Not necessarily changing it here in the beginning, but noticing how it naturally flows through the body, what its natural path is. And with our focus on this breath, maybe we start to lengthen the breath, right? Consciously breathing in a little bit more, a little bit deeper. And as we exhale, it's a slow release of the breath, ensuring that we're completely empty. And again, we'll breathe in and all the way out. We breathe in through the nose. We breathe out through the nose. Starting to hear the breath a little bit louder. Comes in through the nose, it travels down the throat. We fill the lungs, we fill the belly. We empty the belly, we empty the lungs. We feel it pass by the back of the throat. And once again, out through the nose. Big breath in. Big breath out. Once more with just the breath. And we'll start to awaken the fingers, the toes. We'll take a breath in, we'll stretch the arms long. We exhale and let them simply rest on the earth. We take a big breath in, we stretch through the arms, we wiggle the toes. We exhale back to the earth. So this time we'll take that inhale, we'll make those arms long, we'll spread those fingers, we'll lift our arms up, palms will turn to look at each other, and we'll exhale, lower those arms all the way down. Taking a big breath in, we reach up, reach up, reach up, palms turn in. Back toward the earth, we exhale and lower. A big inhale, right? We'll reach all the way up. Long legs, long arms, palms turn in. Pause here. Palms turn out. Exhale, and they float back toward the earth. Once again, we'll breathe in. Turn in. We'll turn out, and we'll exhale down toward the earth. This time we'll take that big inhale, we'll reach up, we'll stretch back, we'll reach a little bit further, we'll arch the lower back. We'll exhale, we'll bend the left knee. We pull the knee in toward the chest, and I'll adjust my back here, making sure I'm lengthening it, pressing all of my back into the mat, right? My shoulder blades are spread and pressing into the mat. I'm squeezing the leg in even closer. Then I'll extend this left leg up toward the sky. I'll reach for my calf, maybe up toward my ankle. And I'll try to pull this leg in toward the chest, maybe with a little micro bend. Maybe that leg can stay extended. right? And then I'll let this leg pull on my arms. My head is still on the earth, but I feel a tug on my arms, on my shoulders, on the neck. And then I'll pull the leg back in toward the chest again with a little micro bend if you'd like, or a fully extended leg. We'll let the leg tug on the arms. And one more time back toward the chest. We squeeze it in. We'll put that big bend back in the left knee. Still flat on my back. I'm going to start to move my left leg over toward the right. Little tiny spinal twist here. Little tiny twist in the hips. Just feeling that stretch across the glutes into the left hamstrings. Right, a big breath in. And as I exhale, I'm really going to twist here. So now I'm on the edge of that right hip, right? Maybe even lifting up a little bit, twisting a little further, trying to pull this left leg close to the earth on the right side. Right, I'll take my left arm and I'll extend toward the left wall, reaching super long. I let that hand come down and touch the floor, and I'll try to pull my left shoulder blade closer to the earth. A big breath in. And exhale, we squeeze, we twist a little more. Maybe one more here. A squeeze, squeeze. And then gently untwisting, rolling onto the back, squeezing that left leg back toward the chest. And I'll take this left leg and I'll move it outside my left ribs. Right, so still close to the body, but trying to just take that knee out a little bit further. It's aiming in the direction of my left shoulder or my left underarm. Keeping my left leg bent as it is. Or maybe we'll send that left foot toward the sky, aiming for a 90-degree angle in the left knee. Maybe I grab onto the left shin or the ankle. Maybe I can reach that foot from the outside or the inside. Pushing down into a half happy baby. One more breath with our stretch here. And then dropping that left foot back down. If we were in that pose, in that stretch, we'll move this left knee more toward the left wall. Right now it's pointing toward 9 o'clock here on our clock. My head is at 6 o'clock. We'll let that knee fall toward the earth. The foot is toward the earth, right? We might hover. We might rest on a block. We might come all the way down toward the floor. I like to rest my left hand right on my leg. Let it act as a weight. Open those hips up a little bit more. Left hip. And I'll release that stretch, and we're going to slide my left foot down the mat. Ooh, I might feel it slide a little bit past that right foot. Take a big breath in, sweep those arms out. If you have the space, let them stretch back, arch your lower back. Exhale and hug your right knee toward your chest. Again, I like to lift my shoulder blades up. Stretch my spine out, stretch my back out on the mat. Put my neck in a neutral position. Squeezing this leg toward the body. I'll take a big breath with it right here. I'll exhale. Maybe another big breath in. We exhale here. And I'm going to send my right leg up toward the sky. So nice long leg, stretching it up. Letting my hands slide toward the right calf, right ankle. Maybe a little bend in that knee as I pull toward the body. I'll keep my head and my back on the floor, but I'll let this right leg pull on my arms. A bend again if you'd like. We pull the leg toward the chest. We let the leg pull on the arms. Pull the leg toward the chest. And then we'll put that bend back in the right knee. And same idea, just outside of the ribs. Letting the knee look toward the shoulder. Hugging here. If you'd like, right, we can turn this right foot up toward the sky. Again, maybe reaching for the calf, the ankle, finding a hand placement on the foot if possible. So the right thigh hasn't moved, right? It's still outside the right ribs. The knee is still looking toward the shoulder or the underarm. All we've done is lift that leg up. Try to point the sole of the foot toward the sky. See if we can drag that right knee toward the earth. One more breath. We'll release that foot back toward the leg so that we can point that right knee toward the right wall. Again, it might hover. It might rest on a block. Maybe we can drop the foot all the way toward the earth. And we slide that right foot down the mat. Two long legs, arms sweep out to the sides. They stretch all the way back. Exhale, and we'll bring both knees in toward the chest. Right, hugging them in, maybe lifting the head off of the earth. We'll tuck the nose or the chin toward the knees. We'll lower the head back down. Right, arms will lower down alongside the body. And we'll start to rock along the spine. Right, lifting a little bit of it up. Rolling forward, maybe lifting a little more. Maybe head comes up, right? Playing with a good rock, massaging the spine. Eventually we'll come up to the bum and we'll try to balance. So maybe we wiggle around a little bit, trying to find the flat part of the bum. Right, knees are bent, feet can hover low above the floor. Maybe we pick those feet up just a little bit higher. Your choice to lengthen those legs if you'd like. We can leave both hands on the floor. Right, they can come to hug these legs, right, as long as we're not relying on the legs to hold the body up, right? It's the core that will hold the body and the chest up. We can let hands float free or rest at the heart. Right now, we're just trying to focus on that gorgeous posture, that slow, deep breath we've been breathing. Adding a little movement. It's a little bit trickier here. Again, both hands can rest on the floor. Maybe we move one hand at a time as we tap each side. We can move both hands. Still breathing. Almost done. One more each side. Good, try to pull it in again. Maybe bend those knees. Squeeze chest and legs close together. We'll put those feet on the floor, right? We'll give them some space. We'll take a big breath in. We reach super high. We're going to reach forward, long spine, long arms, and then let those hands float to the floor. Let the upper back, the neck round a little bit as the head drips toward the floor. One more breath. We'll walk our hands back and slowly lift up. So maybe we scoot back a little bit so we can lengthen our legs in front of us. All right, I'm going to take a big breath in. Big, big breath. Exhale, same idea, trying to keep the spine long. Arms are reaching for as long as possible. And when I go as far as I can go, those arms will float down. Right, and then I'll round the upper back a little bit, if you'd like, the neck just a little bit, so we can hang the head toward the earth. But still thinking about my belly, reaching toward my thighs, and my chest lowering. Right, trying to extend legs as much as possible, but of course, we can put a little bend in them if those hamstrings are still warming up. Maybe another breath in here. Exhale, maybe a touch lower. We'll slide our hands all the way back. They'll land right next to our hips, right? we'll see if we can lengthen those arms. Sit super tall through the spine, right? So not pushing the chest forward. Be mindful of the back. It's a long, neutral spine, just that little bitty curve in the lower back. Trying to push through these legs if we can. Lengthen through the legs, squeeze, squeeze. Toes are pulling back, and the heels might float off the floor just a little tiny bit. We'll take another big breath in. We'll reach up toward the sky. Trying to keep those legs active for a moment longer, and then we'll rest those heels on the floor. We'll stretch forward. Same thing, we'll let those arms float down. Let the spine soften a little bit. Let your forehead look toward your legs. Sliding hands all the way back. I'm going to bend my left knee, and I'll pull that foot as close to my bum as I can. Put a little bit of space between my left foot and my right leg. Take a big breath in. We'll reach toward the sky. I'll try to move around that left leg a little bit. That leg will certainly limit where I go. Still stretching toward the front, lowering over the right leg. Big deep stretch in the back. Sliding back, I'll lift up. I want to cross my left foot over my right leg and put that foot flat on the floor. So if that means being down by my ankle, my calf, maybe my knee, right? Leaving it flat, I might be able to slide up by my hip, my right thigh. I'll take a big breath in here, right? Nice, tall, gorgeous spine. Exhale, and we'll open toward the left. My left hand will come and land right by my bum, right, to help me sit really tall, to help that posture. I don't want to lean back, right? I'm challenging the lower back. I'm stretching through glutes and lower back. I want to stay super tall. My right arm will wrap around my left leg. It's going to hug that leg as close to my body as possible. I'm still sitting super tall. Big breath in, and I'll take my chin toward my left shoulder. Twisting, twisting, trying to turn my shoulders toward the left wall. Holding my body here, I'll take a big breath in. Just turning my head. Taking my chin toward my right shoulder. Maybe looking toward my left foot. I release that twist. And I have the option of laying my left leg down right where it is. Half Gomukhasana, left knee stacked over the right knee. Or if the left hip isn't loving that, maybe we take the leg out a little bit wider and we're in figure 4 with the left foot against the right leg. Either way, again, we sit up tall, we reach toward the sky. With an extended spine, we start to bow forward, reaching, reaching. Hands will float toward the earth. Head will bow toward the legs. We breathe. We'll slide our hands back, sitting the body up. We'll uncross this left leg, and now we'll try to take the left foot near the bum, right? So maybe the left knee is pointing straight forward. Maybe we're able to open up a little bit. Maybe that left knee can look toward 9 o'clock, right? So again, my right leg is still straight forward. My shoulders are still squared toward the front. My hips are still mostly looking toward the front. I'll take a big breath in. It's however my left leg is most comfortable. And I'll exhale. I'll try to fold forward, right? Let those hands float down. Let them help you soften into this pose. And lifting up from here. Right, we'll lean toward the right. We'll take this left leg all the way around. We'll wiggle jiggle those legs. We'll take a big breath in. We'll reach up. And we'll exhale. We'll reach toward the front. Oh, nice long left leg. We lower down. Hands will slide all the way back. We unravel the spine as we lift up. That right foot is bent. Right, close to the bum, but some space between right foot and left leg so that we can wiggle over. We can bow over that left leg. We can pull and extend the spine, trying to pull the belly button further along that left thigh. Walking the hands back, we'll cross this right leg over the left. Again, with a flat foot, wherever it lands most comfortably. Thinking about that right hip, the right glutes as well. We'll take that big breath in. Left leg is long, spine is tall. We open toward the right. Think about that right hand landing close to the bum, lengthening the arm, lengthening the spine. Left arm wraps around that right leg. We pull it close to the body. We try to square those shoulders toward the right wall. Maybe we look over the right shoulder. Holding the spinal twist, right? Holding the shoulders squared toward the right wall. We'll take the head. We'll bring the chin over the left shoulder. Maybe we'll take a peek at that right foot. And then we untwist, we face forward. Again, we have the option for half Gomukhasana or for figure 4. Okay. Take whichever one we like best. We take a big breath in, reaching toward the sky. Exhale, reaching forward. Dragging the hands back. We uncross this leg, right? And then we'll try to take the foot again toward the bum. Right? Maybe we're here, maybe we're up on a block, right? Taking some of the pressure out of the right knee. Maybe we're still low and we can open the right knee out a little bit, right? Again, focusing on the body and the left leg, staying forward. If we start to turn, we're in a new stretch, a different stretch. Not bad, but just different. So we'll try to open this right leg as far as possible, maybe keeping that right foot toward the bum. A big breath in and hinging as far as you're comfortable with. Again, using the hands to help support the body. Here. Once again, we'll lean toward the left. We'll take this right leg around. We'll give them a wiggle jiggle. All right, we'll take those arms up. This time, we'll take those hands down. They'll land just past the hips, right? Fingertips are facing forward. We can bend our knees and put our feet flat on the floor and lift up. We can keep our legs long if you'd like and lift up. No matter what, we're pressing long into those arms. If our legs are long, we're trying to press down into the toes. Maybe the gaze is up toward the sky. We'll take another big breath in. And we exhale. We gently, slowly lower the bum down. We'll sweep our legs around. We'll move into a table. Right, so making sure that our knees are hip width distance apart. Right, your bone structure. So if ever you need a little guidance with that, your two fists next to each other are actually the width of your hips. So you can put them between your knees and table. You can put them between your feet to set up for downward dog. Right, our hands are stacked below our shoulders. We take a big breath in. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, we pull the belly button up toward the spine. We'll try to minimize the curve in the lower back, not completely eliminating it, but making sure we're not sticking that butt up high. So belly button pulled up, flatter back here. We'll take the right leg up and we extend toward the back wall. Maybe we move that right foot around a little bit. Wiggle the toes. All right, we'll rest that leg, but we'll keep it up. We'll add the left arm. We extend toward the front. We'll take another breath. We'll reach those limbs away from each other. We exhale and we'll pull them in. Inhale and stretch out. Exhale, tuck under. One more. Right, tuck it under. Stretch out again. Nice long body. Put that left hand on the floor. Right, we'll lift that right leg up a little higher. We'll bend the knee. We'll roll those hips open. We're going to put that right foot on the floor. Stretch that leg out behind you. Lift that right arm up. Put that right hand back down on the floor. Put that right knee back down on the floor. Flatten those feet. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Push into the tops of the feet. Float your knees and your shins off of the floor. Put those knees back down. Push into your hands round your spine. Tuck your tailbone toward the earth. Tuck your chin toward your chest. Exhale and simply ease out of your cat stretch. We'll take the left leg up. We'll extend it back. We'll move that foot around. Wiggling the toes, scrunching them up together. Relaxing the foot, holding the leg up. We'll extend the right arm toward the front. Stretching out. Inhale, pull a little longer. Exhale, blow it out. Limbs under the body. Good. Extend. Put that right hand on the floor. Lift that left leg up a little higher. Bend that knee. Roll that body open. Lift that left arm. Stretch that left leg out a little bit. Good. Bring that left hand back down toward the floor. Put that left knee back on the floor. We'll do it again. We'll push into the tops of the feet. We'll try to float the shins up. The back is still flat. Shoulder blades are pulling down the back. We'll put those knees back down. We'll curl our toes under, not going anywhere just yet. Just taking a little stretch, pushing back, putting some pressure into the feet, stretching the toes, the arches. We'll come back, we'll flatten those feet. We rock the hips back and forward and back and forward. We rock back, right? We'll lift up, we reach forward, we rock back, reach forward. Once more, we'll lift up, we'll pause. We'll take this right arm out to the right side. We lift up, we look up, we'll sweep under the left. But listen, we'll come back up. Exhale. Lift back up. Open up tall. Come under and we'll land on that right shoulder. Let the side of the head rest on the floor. Right, we'll leave this left hand on the floor for right now. And as I push into that hand, watch, I twist my spine a little more. I try to stack my shoulders so they're both looking toward the left wall. Maybe my left arm comes up toward the sky. Right, I can internally rotate that arm, let it wrap around the back. It can rest on my lower back. It can come around to find my right hip. maybe my right thigh. Still trying to pull that shoulder back, right? Preventing from dipping in toward the earth. But a nice open chest. Maybe a little balance here. Maybe the left foot slides toward the back of the mat. We feel a little wobbly here, a little stretch through that left leg. We can try, we can challenge, we can try to take that left foot to hover above the earth. Ooh, super tricky, super tricky. We can try to lift it a little bit higher, maybe up toward the sky. We're breathing. Wherever that left leg is, we'll bring that knee back next to the right knee. We'll unwrap that left arm. We'll bring it down toward the earth. We come back to our table, right? We'll push into both hands. Again, we'll take a cat stretch. Exhale. Take another cat stretch. Press those shoulder blades sky high. We'll keep the spine rounded and we drop back. We lift up. Rock back. With a flatter back, we lift and back. Here we go. We'll reach with the left and lower. Reach with the left. Couple more. Here's our hold. We lift up. Sweep it over to the left. Lift up. Thread under your right. Lift back up. Thread under your right. One more time, lift up, thread under the right, come down to that left shoulder, right side of the head. So right now, my left palm is looking up, so that when I thread that arm underneath, I can make sure I'm on the back of that shoulder, really stretching onto the shoulder blade, right? So once again, my right hand is on the floor, and I'll use that to try to twist my spine, try to stack my shoulders. I lift that right arm up high. My chest is turning toward the right wall. I can take that internal rotation and lower the right arm. Right, the hand behind the body helps to pull on that shoulder, helps to open the chest toward the right wall. Again, maybe a little tricky balance here, maybe stretching the right leg toward the back of the mat. Maybe letting it hover above the floor. Or stretching it higher toward the sky. Another breath where you are. And we'll bend that knee. It'll come back next to the left. We'll unwrap that right arm. We untwist the body. Ooh, we stretch into a cat stretch. And we ease out of it. We'll curl these toes under. And we stretch all the way up into a downward dog. So aiming for the feet to be about hip width distance apart. Really trying to lower those heels toward the mat. But it's okay if they never touch, as long as we don't have lazy legs, right? We want to be pushing down through the backs of the legs, stretching the calves and the Achilles, opening the heels, the arches, right? Pushing down, making contact if possible. So the gaze is debatable. The gaze is certainly not forward. We don't need to look at our hands. We don't need to crank the neck. Right? We should be able to rest the head between the biceps. So the gaze might be somewhere in the middle of your mat. It might be toward your feet. Some have it tucked in a little bit higher, maybe toward your knees. I think it should be somewhere on your mat, so that the back of your neck feels lengthened and relaxed, right? The longer you practice, maybe you start to close your eyes. So not focusing on the gaze so much as the feeling in the neck, in the shoulders, right? Making sure those shoulders aren't crowding our ears. We open them wide. We stick that bum up high. We press the chest back toward the legs. We'll take another big breath in right where we are. We exhale. We'll inhale. Sweep the right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, we'll let those right toes come back toward the floor. Inhale, sweep that leg up toward the sky. We'll keep it really long and we'll start to roll the body open. So the hips, the ribs, the shoulders will roll open. Right, we roll everything back toward the earth. The toes touch the floor again. We'll lift that right leg up, right? Torso is still in downward dog pose. This right leg is super high. We'll bend the knee, we'll flex that ankle, and we'll try again to turn the hips. Maybe the shoulders can stay squared toward the earth, right? Maybe the head is still resting between the arms, but we'll try to draw that right knee toward the sky. We'll try to push that right foot toward the left. Left toes are still looking toward the front. We untwist that body. Hips are looking toward the floor. Knee is still bent, so we can come all the way forward. Step the right foot on the floor between your hands. If it didn't quite make it there, we can wiggle it up, right? We can help it with that right hand. Maybe the left knee is touching the floor. Maybe our hands are touching blocks, right? They have lots of heights. Choose one that works for you. We'll take a big breath in. We reach that right arm up toward the sky. We're pushing away from that left hand. And we bring that right hand down toward the floor or block. Listen, we'll put the left heel on the floor and we open up through that left arm. So same idea here. We can be up on a block. We might have our elbow on the knee, right? But we're trying to open the chest, trying to stretch these legs. Super strong body. Are you ready? We'll lift up and we're in warrior two. We'll bring our gaze over this right arm. We'll take a big breath in. We'll look up as we reach up. Exhale. Inhale, we come up. Exhale. One more. Exhale, we'll move back into two. Listen, we'll sweep this left arm all the way forward. We'll look forward. We'll lift the left heel and turn the toes forward. We're in a crescent lunge. We take a breath in. Exhale, and we'll bring our hands toward the earth. We'll step the right foot back next to the left. We take a breath in again, a big long stretch up. Arms are super long, but a little bit wiggly. Exhale, and those elbows will come toward your body. We lower to chaturanga. We'll lift into an upward dog. And we press back again into downward dog. Taking an inhale, the left leg will lift up toward the sky. Right, we exhale and just tap the toes on the floor. We draw the left leg up, the leg is long. We'll start to roll the body open. Left shoulder lifts a little bit, maybe gaze moves toward the left wall. Hip is lifting. We square back toward the earth, we tap the floor. Shoulders will stay squared as we lift the left leg up. We'll bend the knee and we'll think about just the hips rolling open, right? Left foot is moving toward the right wall. Maybe we press the chest back just a touch further. We'll turn those hips toward the earth, keep the knee bent. We try to glide forward, right, into our lunge. Wiggle it out until you get there. Drop that right knee if you prefer. Right, the left arm will lift first. We'll lower the hand to the earth or to a block. The right heel touches the floor. The right arm floats up. Strong body, are you ready? We'll lift up. We're in warrior two. The gaze might come over that front arm. Maybe it looks up as we stretch up. Exhale, we bend. So we circle this right arm forward, spinning on the toes into crescent lunge. Folding down, stepping into our plank. Right, our knees can certainly touch the earth. We take a breath in. We lower chest toward the earth. Upward dog. We'll move into our downward dog. A breath in. A big breath out. We inhale. We'll exhale. And we'll walk our hands toward our feet. Right now, our gaze should comfortably come toward our knees. The back of the neck is long. It gets a moment to decompress here. The top of the head looks toward the earth. While we hang here, we'll bring our hands to the back of the head. We can lace fingers together if you choose. Elbows are loosely wrapped around the head. I am not pulling on my head, right? The position hasn't changed. I've simply touched my hands to the back here. Just ensuring, making sure I don't forget that my head is the last thing to lift. So trying to move slowly, trying to think of one vertebra at a time, stacking. Slowly lengthening up through my spine. Again, I'm not pulling, not pushing on my head. Slowly lifting up, and when my shoulders lift up, I'll drop my hands, stand up tall. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, take a big breath in. I'm going to shift my weight onto my right leg. Exhale. And try to bring this left knee in toward the chest. So hands might find the shin or the thigh. Maybe we can pull in as we're making sure we're standing tall through the right leg. So we'll think about opening this left leg to the left, and maybe this right arm as a counterbalance. Still trying to keep my body facing toward the front. Just stretching through the left leg. Choosing to stay here, right? Maybe holding the shin, maybe holding the thigh. Adding some movement if you'd like, tricky, right? Hand on the leg, hand floating free. Maybe we can kick out through that left leg and let it bend. Trying to hold the thigh up. We kick out and we bend. We kick out and we bend. One more time, try to kick out. That thigh is nice and high. We'll bend the knee. Ooh, we let that thigh drop down a little bit. That foot kisses the calf or the ankle or a kickstand, right? We're definitely not on the knee. We're never on the knee. And we're giving that leg a break so it shouldn't be up by the thigh. Hands float down. They connect and the thumbs move to the heart. We'll unhook this left leg. We point it forward. We extend and we step into the left foot. Bring your weight into that leg. We'll lift the right leg up just a touch. Hands will float back. So my chest is still up high. Shoulders are over my hips. Right. Working that lower back to draw the right leg up. More breath. Then we'll draw the right leg forward. We hug the thigh or maybe the shin. Standing tall, trying to squeeze toward the belly. open toward the right. Maybe taking the left arm as a counterbalance. So again, hand on shin, hand on thigh, keeping a steady balance, or maybe trying to extend that right leg toward the right, bending the knee, extending. Once again. Ooh, one more time, right? Kick it out. Oh, good. Bend that leg, let it drop. Ooh. Bring those arms up. So arms might be high, but relax your shoulders. Right, tall, steady stance. We'll let those arms drop. Thumbs come up toward the heart. We'll unhook that right foot, point the knee forward. Right, we step forward, bring the weight into it. Tall body still, just trying to float that left leg up behind us. One more breath in. And we'll bend that knee. Right, we'll put that foot right next to the right foot. We'll bend both knees and we'll sit into chair. So remember, chair has a tucked under tailbone. Make sure you're not pointing that butt toward your friends, toward your family, right? Tuck that tailbone under. It's super hard on the lower back and on the glutes. It's difficult to have these arms up high, right? Shoulders, again, should be relaxed, just like in downward dog. We're not surrounding the ears. We're giving them some space to make it a little bit easier. We can drop those arms. Take a big breath in. Exhale. And we fold down. Hands will come to the earth. And we'll step both feet back. So working a little bit of plank here. We're going to challenge the body. Again, those knees can be on the earth at any time you choose. They are not stacked under the hips. Right, they're way back here so that my hips and my shoulders can move at the same time. Okay. I'm going to take a big breath in. I'm going to exhale and hug my elbows in. I'm going to lower down. I'm going to try to hover. Hover, hover. Still breathing. Take another breath in. Exhale. Ooh, you're so strong. Push up. Push into a downward dog. So it might mean adjusting your hands and your feet. Right? Make sure you can take a good big stretch up. Send the butt up high. Press your chest back. Your arms are long. We'll come back. Okay, we're in plank again. Knees can be on the earth. A little bit of movement this time. Ready? So we're going to drop to the right forearm, left forearm. Lift right hand, left hand. Right forearm, left forearm. Right hand, left hand. Right, left, right, left. Keep going with the right. Stay on those forearms. I like to bring my hands together and link my fingers, but however you feel most comfortable. Right? Trying to stay in control of that breath. So if we're not loving this, right, our knees are on the floor. If we're not loving that, we're in a child's pose. We're resting. We'll catch up when you're ready. Right? Already feeling the pain here. Happy, welcome to stay here. Or maybe make it a little bit harder. Maybe we can wiggle those feet up toward the arms. Right, sticking that butt up as high as you can. Right, head is low toward the arms. That's not the hard part. Right, here's the hard part. We'll try to pull this chin all the way forward, as far forward as we can go. Ooh, push back up. Try it again, come forward. Push back up. Come forward. Oh, cook those shoulders, you're so strong. Maybe we can do 2 more. Oh, let the body shake. Let it shake, go up. Ooh. Woo, nice work. Okay, ready? We're gonna wiggle back. Oh, we're back in plank. Oh, but we're not finished. Ready? We need to lift left, lift right, lower left, lower right, lift left, lift right, left, right, left, right. Keep going. Almost done. Whew. Whew. Put those knees on the floor. Nice work. Everybody wiggle back, wiggle back. So we're in child's pose, and that's amazing, but even more amazing. Oh my gosh, let's take these hands by our feet. Right, look up for a second if you need to. Ooh, your hands are by your feet, your palms are looking up, and your shoulders are melting toward the earth. Nice work, my friends. So we will slowly lift. So we are high on our knees. I'm going to curl my toes under, and I'm going to try to sit on my heels. So if we can do this whole series like this, great. Of course, come out of it at any time if it feels uncomfortable, right? Discomfort is a little bit different than pain. If we can stick with the discomfort, that's great. If it's painful, of course, please don't ever do it. Another option is to put flat feet, right? So it takes the stretch out of the toes, which we might not be so familiar with. We can still get the stretch in the front of the ankles and, of course, in the knees. If this is still a little bit too much, maybe on your knees, possibly on your ankles, we can take a block, place it between the feet. We can sit on that block. If none of these are accessible, of course, you can sit on your bum and take one leg stretched out, maybe take easy pose. But again, if we can take this with our heels up, take a little foot stretch as well, that would be great. Again, focusing on arms, focusing on shoulders. We'll take a big breath in. We'll exhale. Right, take a big breath in. Once more, exhale, just let them float down. This time we'll take that breath in. We stretch up high, stretch up, reach, reach, reach. We're going to grab onto this left hand, left wrist if we can. We'll pull up, reaching up and stretching over. We'll stretch through the underarm, through the left ribs. We'll come all the way back up. We'll switch that grip, grabbing onto the right fingers, right hand, right wrist. We're pulling up toward the sky and then over toward the left. Both arms reach up, they take a long stretch. Exhale, and we'll bring them back behind the body. Right, we'll try to link these fingers together. So making sure we close our basket, right? So not a big open basket with the hands, but trying to bring the heels together, heels of the hands together as though you're trapping a firefly, right? And then from here, we'll try to lengthen the arms as much as we can. If we're able, we'll pull the hands away from the body a little bit. Notice my body didn't move, just my arms, right? And then I'll bend both elbows, and I'm going to bring both hands over toward my left hip. I'm going to squeeze my elbows tight together so they're close, they're hiding behind my back. Take a big breath in. Keep most of the spine tall, right? Keep your left shoulder low, but dip your left ear down toward it. Staying here, we'll take a breath in. Exhale, we turn down toward the shoulder. Look, my head is still low. I'm looking forward again, and then I'll lift my head up, stretch these arms back, and again, lift away if possible. Shoulder blades squeezing tight together. Still trapping that firefly. I'll bring both hands over to my right hip. Same idea, keep those elbows tight together, nice tall gorgeous body. And I'll drop my right ear toward the right shoulder. Take a turn down toward my shoulder, elbows still squeezing tight together. I'll look back toward the wall, and then I lift my head up tall. I'll sweep these arms back. I'll give it one more stretch. And I'll drop down, I'll reach up. Exhale. And the hands come down to the floor so I can come off of my feet. Right down to the bum. Maybe wiggle those toes around a little bit, get some blood flowing through them again. And I'm going to take a big breath in. Right, a little bend, in the knees. Right, we'll exhale and we'll fold forward. We'll try to let those thighs catch the belly. Right, we melt onto the legs. We feel a gentle stretch in the back. The head can hang toward the legs. Slide our hands back so we can lower all the way back onto the mat. Drawing the left knee toward the chest and the right knee toward the chest. We'll hug them both. Maybe we move around on the back a little bit. We circle along the sacrum. We feel a movement that feels good to our own body. And draw the legs in close. Take a big breath. We'll stretch the arms out and the legs up. We exhale. Bring everything back together. Once again, a big inhale. And we exhale. One more time, we'll inhale. We'll let the limbs float back toward the body. We'll let the feet touch the earth, maybe one at a time. Likewise, we will let one leg at a time meet the earth. We make sure there's plenty of space between the feet and the legs. Feet are able to flop open to the sides. Hands may rest on the body. They might rest alongside the body with space between arms and body. Our palms can look up toward the sky. Both an anatomically restful position and a yogic position of receiving. Our eyes are closed. There's space between our eyebrows. There's space between our molars, between the tongue and the roof of the mouth. We worked so hard for these quiet moments. Let's stay here for just a little bit longer. focused on this restful body, we simply take a big breath in and let it go. We'll inhale a little deeper. Exhale just as much. We take a big breath in, maybe the arms lift and stretch. We exhale. We sweep arms up a little higher. Pull legs together and let them stretch forward. We exhale and maybe hug one leg at a time in toward the body. Choosing your most comfortable side to roll your body onto. Maybe pausing for a brief moment. We'll take a big breath in. We'll let a big, huge breath out. We'll take a big inhale. We'll use the exhale to press into the hands, to lift the body, to move into a comfortably seated place. We'll take a big breath in. We reach toward the sky. We exhale and bring our thumbs toward the heart. Thank you so much for giving your time to me. I hope we'll meet again, maybe more in person than virtually. We'll take a big breath in together, and together we bow. Namaste.